Are you planning on watching ski jumping during the Winter Olympics and want to have at least a basic understanding of what's happening? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Ski jumping has been featured at the Winter Olympics since making its debut at the inaugural Winter Games way back in 1924. Essentially, ski jumpers fly down a hill, reaching speeds of around 60 miles per hour before taking flight and traveling around 300 feet before landing. The jumper score combines two major factors: distance traveled, the further the better, and the number of style points received from the judges. Here are 10 key terms to know about ski jumping. The in-run is the portion of the jump during which the athlete travels down the ramp. I feel like this one is pretty obvious, but takeoff is the moment the athlete takes flight, and it comes at the end of the in-run. Like it sounds, the flight phase is when the athlete is in the air. The flight phase typically lasts between 5 and 7 seconds, and the jumper's body is ideally parallel to the skis to enhance lift. The V position, or V style, is the predominant jumping technique you'll see during this year's Winter Olympics. The skis are touching or nearly touching at the tail and spread apart at the tips to form a V. This position improves the aerodynamics of the ski jumper. You may also occasionally see the H-style technique, in which the skis are spread very wide apart and held parallel in, you guessed it, more of an H shape. The first of the two red lines in this image, the K point, is essentially the target for landing, and it determines the amount of distance points awarded to a jump. It's also where the steepest part of the hill ends and the hill begins to flatten out. Jumpers earn points for each meter they fly beyond the K point and lose points for each meter they land short of the K point. You may also hear the K point referred to as the construction point, critical point, calculation point, or calculation line. Skiers are required to touch the ground in the telemark position, which means landing with one foot in front of the other with knees slightly bent, lunging forward. Failure to execute a telemark landing leads to a deduction in the number of style points issued by the judges. The outrun is the area at the bottom of the hill where skiers decelerate and finally stop. Usually it's flat, but at some hills there's a gentle rising slope. While there are 5 ski jumping events at this year's Olympics, they each take place on one of 2 hills. As you might have guessed, the large hill, sometimes abbreviated as LH, is the larger of the hills, and the normal hill, sometimes abbreviated as NH, is the smaller of the 2. At this year's venue, not the one shown in this photo, by the way, the large hill stands at a total height of 446 feet, and the normal hill is 337 feet. Okay, hope that helps. By the way, my name is Kira Jones, and my goal is to make watching new sports less intimidating. Let me know what you want to see a video on next in the comments.